For me, honestly, I would be considering divorce. So, am I the asshole for my wife, 37, having elective cosmetic surgery, and me, 42, having a very negative reaction against it? Well, let's find out together, shall we? My wife, 37, had elective cosmetic surgery, and I, 42, am having a very negative reaction to the results. We have been together for over 15 years. A few months ago, she mentioned she was going to get it done. We discussed it, and I was extremely against it. I felt the whole thing was a waste of money, dangerous, and I find the aesthetic unappealing. I shared these feelings, and she told me she was going to do it anyway. Found a doctor she liked and arranged everything. A month or so ago, she told me she had scheduled the surgery and that she needed a ride there and back and would be laid up for a few days, and the recovery was something like 14 to 20 weeks. Again, I told her that it was a bad idea. She looked great. I find the results unattractive and that she should really think about what she was doing. She told me her mom would take her if I didn't. It's her body, but I was very adamant that I was against it. Fast forward 6 weeks, the results are what she expected and she is happy. The results are what I expected and I'm mortified. I feel she has mutilated herself. I am not overreacting. Her own family thinks the results are questionable. I have heard them, so this isn't just my opinion. I have always thought my wife was beautiful. I have told her this since day one and have maintained this feeling for as long as we have been together. We haven't slept in the same bed due to recovery since the surgery and won't for more than likely a while. I have a hard time looking at her and get a deep sense of loss and sadness, and the relationship is coming off the rails. Fighting, nasty comments, silent treatment, and so on. My wife is mad at me for my reaction, says I'm being ridiculous and unsupportive, and I'm responding with, I told you exactly how I would feel and you did it anyway. What did you expect? She is blaming me for being angry and distant. She is laying everything at my feet because it's her body and I don't control her. All of which are true, but on the flip side, physical attraction is part of a relationship. And yeah, she is the same person, but she just doesn't look like the same person. I told her how I felt and how I feel about it. She made the decision ignoring me. Am I the asshole? All right, we have a few edits here. Edit 1. Since so many people are asking what was done, it wasn't just one thing, it was a collection of procedures done at once, hence the long recovery time. This is not just a breast augmentation or a little nose job sort of thing. 14 to 20 weeks is full recovery and she was up and about 5 to 6 days after. Just has to sleep in specific positions and so on. She had multiple lipos, skin, waist augmentation, breast augmentation, BBL. She was never obese by any definition. She did not have drastic weight loss. It's an unrealistic aesthetic. Edit 3, 100% for looks, not medically necessary. Okay, so someone probably asked if this was just about looks or medically required, just for looks. In fact, I suspect the results will result in actual back pain, sleeping problems, and so on due to the body shape change, but I am not a doctor and it's too early to tell. Okay, so is this person the asshole or not? Alright, full disclaimer, I'm not the biggest fan of cosmetic surgery. I think too many people get it done. I think people get it done for horrible reasons. I think if you're getting it done for social pressure or to look good because you feel like there's a certain standard that you have to adhere to, or if your confidence is tied to it, that's when I have a problem with it. At the end of the day, it is people's bodies. You know, it's your body, you do what you want with your body, right? But again, that doesn't mean everyone's going to like it or have to be supportive of it. It is your body, it is your choice, but it's also other people's choice in regards to how they react to it. And asking people to just accept it because it's your body is equivalent to asking people to throw away their morals and their standards and how they feel. So again, it's your body and it's perfectly your right to do whatever you want to do with it. But at the end of the day, you can't expect everyone to be on board and everyone to accept it because, you know, people have their own brains, their own minds, their own opinions. So with that out of the way, I'm going to say I don't think this guy's the asshole, okay? Look, at the end of the day, he told her several times, according to his post, that he did not like this. He did not support this. He thinks it's a problem. He's not on board with it. And according to his post, if his post is true, he seems to be the type of guy who would often tell his partner that she was beautiful and that he likes her for the way she is, loves her for the way she is. So the fact that she would just go ahead and do it, ignoring his feelings, honestly, I do think that's a problem. I think that if you are in a long-term relationship, sorry, but I do think you ask before these types of decisions, whether it be the man or the woman. I'm not going to go and have if I'm in a long-term relationship, I'm not going to go and drastically have my body modified without asking my partner. Because again, as this person says, you don't only sign up for the personality or just the looks when you get together with someone. You sign up for a whole package, and the looks are part of that package, right? So you sign up for something, and then the other person unilaterally decides to basically change something drastically that you don't agree with. Should you automatically just be supportive of that? So, no, I don't think this guy's the asshole. I know some people will disagree and say, it's her body, it's her body, it's her body. Yes, it is her body, but it's their relationship. It's two people together long term, presumably for life. So if you make this long-term commitment to be with someone, then I think these types of decisions, you sit down and you talk about, and you really take on board what the other person wants or what they don't want. And if the other person says, look, this is going to drastically change how I see things. I love you for the way you are. I accept you for the way you are. You are beautiful to me. If you do this, you're not going to look to be the same person I fell in love with, and it's not due to any natural reason, it's due to a choice that you made, then you know what? You do have to think about that. You do have to be considerate to that if you are committed to this person and really do want to have a long-term relationship, because at the end of the day, screw what all the strangers think. What does your wife say? What does your husband say? You know, that's the person you're committed to, right? So again, I don't think this guy's the asshole. I think the wife is being a bit unreasonable and maybe a bit of the asshole here, because I don't think she should have done it. I think if all of this is to be believed, I think she should have been a bit more considerate to their relationship. Now, if they had been together for a few months, that's a different story. But seriously, 15 years. 15 years. You know, if she had gone to him and said, look, hon, can we have a talk? I'm thinking about having a procedure done just because I've been feeling bad about this for a long time. And it's one small procedure. You know, that might be a different story. But multiple procedures, this long of recovery time, I don't know. I'm with the guy on this one. But let's see what other people think. Let's go down there and check the comments. So, let's see. I'm sure it's her face, probably a facelift, eyelid, brow. The results are always extreme, but will settle once the swelling goes down. You know, that's also a big problem for me, especially the face. If I'm with someone for several years and I'm waking up next to a certain face every morning, and then one day I wake up and that face is different, that would bother me too. I'm with this person for such a long time. I love their face. I love who they are. You know, yeah, so that would bother me too. Surgery, she's right. It's her body. It's her choice. You're also not attracted to that, and that's not your fault. You can't force that. You made it clear, and it was a choice she made. She cannot be mad at you for not liking something you said you would not like. So what's the next step? Great comment and great question. Completely agree. Yeah, at the end of the day, it is her body and it is her choice. But again, it's their relationship, right? So I have to question how serious this woman is to the relationship, how much she really cares about her husband, if she totally disregards the fact that he's telling her what's going to happen. He's being very open and forthcoming, and she just knocks that aside and says, I don't care. My body, my choice. Sounds really selfish to me. It really does. And again, he can't control what he's physically attracted to or what he's not physically attracted to, other than repeating a mantra every day. I will like this look. I will like this look. I will like this look, which he shouldn't have to do. He shouldn't have to condition himself to you, to your choice that you made, that the wife made to change her body. He shouldn't have to recondition himself to that. So honestly, yeah, what is the next step? For me, honestly, I would be considering divorce. I know that's a bit extreme, but if she didn't care enough about his opinion and his feelings to not at least sit down and have a real conversation and maybe say, let's take it off the table for a while and come back to it later, or let's break it down into maybe a step-by-step thing, then my question would be, how committed is she to the relationship? Next one, not the asshole. Anything a partner does that affects attraction is legitimate cause for complaint. Maybe she wanted trout lips or beach ball boobs. That's her body, her choice. Not sleeping with someone you think has made themselves unattractive, well, that's your body and your choice. Great comment. Completely agree. Not the asshole. Part of being an adult in an adult relationship is understanding that you can't just run off and do anything you want without talking about it with your partner. Everything you do affects them now. A relationship must have constant dialogue, preach that all the time, about things like that. I couldn't just go out and get a bunch of tattoos, do steroids, buy a bunch of stuff, totally change how I look and so on without talking about it with my wife. It affects her. I care about how she feels. I would need to, scratch that, it would need to be something really extreme for me to disregard that. You're angry because she didn't care how you felt. She's right, it's her body, but it's your life. Do you really want to spend it with someone who doesn't care how you feel? Preach. Preach on. So yeah, I'm saying clearly not the asshole, and I think a lot of the commenters here also agree not the asshole. But again, I believe there will be some people who say it's her body, and if you're really a good husband, you should support it no matter what, which I call bullshit on. Because at the end of the day, it is her body, but once again, it's their relationship. Once you make a pact to spend your life with someone, you don't make huge unilateral decisions like that anymore. You have conversations and you share and you take on board the other person's feelings and concerns. You listen. That's what you sign up for when you get into a relationship. So what do you guys think? Would you go off and unilaterally change your entire body if you're in a long-term relationship? What about a short-term relationship? If you're dating someone for even 6 months, does that warrant a conversation? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, have a great day. See you guys next time.